Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are continuing our look at some more Marvel Legends that are supposed to look like the animated counterparts, but really don't, and there was almost no effort put into them, but they're cashing in on nostalgia. This is the Jean Grey figure that's not really at all based on the cartoon, so let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just about, we'll say 15 and a half, not counting the very top of the hair. That's going to make it just about 6 1/8. And it looks nothing like the cartoon. Like, yes, they have the shoulder pads and the gauntlets and things like that, but that's about it. The colors are wrong, the hair is wrong, the face is wrong. What's the point? It has a new paint job, that's about it. Let's go ahead and do a quick question of the day. Which version of Jean Grey in this general look do you like the most? I'm personally more of a fan of the comics look, like the Jim Lee, straight up Jim Lee look for her. The cartoon version's good, it's fine, but I like the comic look more. But this is supposed to be the cartoon version. Like, not exactly necessarily, because I don't think it's like a licensing thing that they have going on. I'm not sure how that's working, but I believe they've said that they are inspired by the cartoon. So I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into it. The yellow's completely wrong. Not the right color at all. The blues, I guess you could leave. I wish they would have done more purposeful shading. They didn't really. It's like they took one image of Jean from the show and said, hey, that's the way they did the shading, let's do it that way. Which is okay, I guess, but generally it would have looked way better. Where'd I put the box? It would have looked way better if they went for something like this. Something that looks remotely like actual shading. Also, giving her body some shape would have been good too, but they didn't do that. So yeah, technically the paints are clean. Like, I hate the shading on the abdomen, but it is technically from the show. The boobage shading, like, this should have been, whatever, it's not right. I know this is technically drawn like that sometimes, but also that doesn't look like shading. There's no shading on the gauntlets. The face is atrocious. The face is way too big for the head. It doesn't look like the cartoon at all. The hair is not the right sculpt for the cartoon. Also, it's not the right color. Also, there's no shading. It's just a giant hunk of, like, bright orange, pumpkin orange plastic. The hands are painted horribly. And then even the colors they chose for the shading, like for this shading here and the shading here. One, these two shadings don't match, and two, they don't match, again, the cartoon. It's just, there's just nothing here that's what it's supposed to be. I guess it's better than the other one if you're going for a cartoon look. This is closer than, like, the lemon yellow look that we've gotten before, but this is still not the right color. It's not the right color or the right look. The face is terrible, so much so that even though this is closer to the cartoon version, I would pop the alternate head on it every time, because the alternate head, the head itself and the hair looks so much better, but we'll get to the problems there in a second. So aesthetically speaking, this figure gets a generous 7. It's clean. The paints are clean on the body. I'll give them that. Clean enough anyway, but it's just so late. Like, even under the shoulder pads. Really? They couldn't paint the yellow shoulder pads on the bottom so that it didn't look like trash? We had to keep them yellow? That was necessary? Because that would have cost, what, all of 3 cents? Oh, man. So, yeah, not aesthetically pleasing. As for accessories, we have the alternate head, which is a vastly better sculpt for the face and the hair. It looks really good. Mine has a little bit of blue paint on the hair, which is annoying. I might be able to take care of that, but the head itself looks so much better that I would just sacrifice the cartoonness of this, even though it's not accurate at all, and just go with this one. But still no wash, and still the wrong color hair. But much better look for the face. This face is just so bad. Look at that. She looks like... well, she looks like a crazy person with giant eyes and a giant face and her teeth sticking out through her lips. I don't know, that's nuts. Doesn't even look like a real person. Like, doesn't look like an action figure of a real person, I mean. This is so much better. Okay, and then additionally we get the 2 open hands that come out in the package and 2 fist hands. Yes, I'm only showing you 1 fist hand because it appears that my cat has pilfered one and I have no idea where that is. I'll have to check the litter box. So, basically no accessories. I mean, the alternate head is nice, but no usable accessories. So, 5 out of 10 is super generous for this figure, but I'll do it because the alternate head is nice. Now, for the articulation, this is all old stuff, so it won't be a surprise. By the way, the ponytail, fixed in place, like definitely can't do anything with it, and there's a big black line around where it's connected, so okay. The head is on a ball peg, so it'll wiggle around, and then it's on the hinge, which is absolutely useless. And we have some severe lollipop, but the hair pulls the head down into place when you lean it back, at least, so if you want her to do that, you can do that. She looks like a mannequin. That's what the face looks like. It looks like a mannequin with a really big face. And also her cheekbones stick out farther than her ears. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't even think that's humanly possible. Those are some serious cheekbones. So the shoulders don't go up all the way. And then of course the rotation is incredibly limited because the shoulder pads are connected to the body. Single jointed elbow gives you 90 degrees and then you get your rotation there. The gauntlets are a separate piece that rotate around. They're not metallic like they should be, and they don't have the paint for the shading, by the way. Then the hands have a swivel and a hinge. Shouldn't there be a hinge in there? There is, it's just stuck. So okay, yeah, hands have a hinge. Torso is an acceptable one. It's not the best one. It is painted through. Are those blues different? These blues are different. I just noticed it. The blue on the boobages and then the blue on the abdomen are different. That sucks. Hips go forward but out to the side a little bit pretty nicely. That's good. They go back just a touch out to the side. Almost zero. I mean, not literally, but what is that, 15 degrees maybe? Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knees are good. No problems there. Ankles go back and forward. That's good. Ankle rocker is fine. I need to do a comparison here. That's what her feet look like. That's how they should look, more or less. This lady has incredibly flat, thin feet. Do you see the difference? It's weird, right? That Siren's feet are so flat. So articulation on this figure is not impressive in any way. I'll give it a 6. That's pretty generous. So final verdict on this release, just like the other ones, it's really not worth the price point, especially considering well, did this one have to come from Hasbro Pulse? I'm not sure. Mine did, so it probably did. Either way, they're at least $27 for repaints that are poorly executed, that don't look like what they're supposed to. So I'm going to give this one a final verdict of 6 out of 10. Too many problems. Semi-clean paint job, but way too many problems and inaccurate head. So, again, not worth buying. I don't get what is happening at Hasbro right now. They seem to be going downhill fast when they should be just jumping leaps and bounds over all these other companies because they have everything at their disposal. But it seems to be that because of that, they are putting as little into their product as possible, and it's very, very disappointing. And comments like that are why I don't ever get to reveal a figure to you guys. I have people asking me that. How come you don't ever reveal new legends? I think it's fairly obvious. Alright guys, there it is. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you can give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, well, you might want to. I have new videos every single day but Wednesday, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.